Yo, welcome back to another video. So in this one, we'll be working on the 2022 Key Stage 2 Maths Paper 3 Reasoning. And in this one, we'll be going through the whole paper. So, just like the other two papers, we're going to go from top to bottom, go through every question step by step until we completely understand how to do it. So, as always, guys, for all my videos and, just generally speaking, please share this video, subscribe to my channel because it's going to help a lot, and especially like the video if you really enjoyed it. If you enjoyed any parts of it, please give a like so that way my videos will come up on the search and other people can benefit. But yeah, without further ado, guys, let's just hop straight to question 1. So, as always, you have 40 minutes to do this test, yeah, but we're going to try and do it in 30. Now, number 1. Here is a drawing of a hexagonal prism. Okay, so here's a hexagonal prism. How many faces does the prism have? Nice little trick. Is firstly count how many sides there is. So let's count from the top. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This means that all of this around has 6 faces. Plus we've got a face in the front and a face in the back. That's 2 more faces. So 6 plus 2 faces gives us 8 faces. Nice. Now, question 2. Here are 6 number cards. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We want to use all 6 cards to complete the 3 multiplications below. So let's try this out. So to get 24, let's have a look. How do you make 24? So we know that this should be in the 3 times table. So let's just start with 3. Okay, and we know 24 must be 3 times 8. That's what it should be. It always helps to cross out the ones as you go along. To make 28, well, 28 is in the 7 times table. So we cross out 7, and to get 27, it must be 7 times 4. Cross that out, and therefore we've got 5 and 6. To get 30, we know that's in a 5 or 10, so in this case a 5 times table. So cross out, so 5 times 6 must be our answer. Nice. Okay, next one. Olivia buys a banana, an apple, and a bag of nuts. And here are the costs of each of them, right? She pays with 3 50p coins. So she pays with 3 50p coins. That's 3 times 50p, which is £1.50. So 1.50. Now, what is her change? So let's add up all the values first, yeah? See what we get over there. So I'm going to put it down a bit. So if you just line up using the column method, so you got 30, 45, and 60 pence. Add them all up. So you're going to have 0 plus 5 plus nothing is 5. And then 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. So write 13 here. So this is basically £1.35. So the difference between £1.35 and £1.50 should be 15 pence. Cool. And that should be it for this question. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, so here it tells us to draw 4 lines to match each fraction to its equivalent decimal. Okay, so we just got to be careful like how to do these kind of ones. So there's quite a lot of options here. Now, let's start with half. Half should be the first one we need to know. So we need to recognize that half is exactly 0.5. Okay, so in other words, half of 1. Everything's based on 1, so half of 1 is 0.5. 3/10 is a trick. Anything that's over 10 is always like 0.3. If it was 7/10, it would be 0.7. So this goes here. Now what else do we have? Now 3/4, we must know this by heart. We should know that 1/4 is 0.25, so 3/4 is 0.75. And now 3/100 is kind of like 3/10. Instead of being 0.3, it will be 0.03. And that's all of them. So 5. Some children vote for their favorite ice cream color. So let's have a look. So you've got ice cream colors, you've got vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, mint. So what is your favorite, guys? Out of this selection, mine is definitely vanilla. Seems like everybody loves chocolate though. My second favorite would be strawberry. If that was banana, that would be my favorite. So how many children vote for strawberry? Let's have a look. Well, we know this is the number of children. So 87 chose vanilla, 154 chose chocolate. We don't know about strawberry, and we know 38 chose mint. And altogether is 402. Best way to do this is to add up all these 3 numbers and subtract it from 402. Let's do it right now. So we've got 87, 154, and 38. Adding them all up. So you've got 7 plus 4 plus 8. Well, let's do the big number. 7 and 8 makes 15. Add 4 makes 19. Carry the 1. And you go 1 and 8 is 9. Add 5 is 14. Add 3 gives us 17. Carry the 1. And then 1 and 1 is 2. So there's 279 people. Therefore, 402 take away 279. Let's try it out. So 2 can't take away 9, so you need to borrow from the 0. You can't, so you borrow from the 4 instead. So cancel the 4, becomes a 3. This becomes a 10. Cancel that, becomes a 9. Now we've got 12. So now we've got 12 take away 9, which is 3. 9 take away 7 is 2. And 3 take away 2 is 1. So 123 children. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so let's move on to number 6. Okay, so it says this chart shows the range of temperatures each day during 1 week from Monday to Friday. Wow, so let's try and understand this. So for example, on Monday, it goes between -4 degrees to 1 degrees. Okay, so it means it could be anywhere between -4 and 1. So that seems pretty cold. The coldest seems to be Tuesday, from -7 to 0. But then Thursday seems to be the warmest, -1 to +6. Now, what was the lowest temperature? Well, it's over here, -7, isn't it? Now, what was the difference between the highest and the lowest temperatures on Wednesday? So Wednesday, we know over here, this one represents -5, and this one here represents 3. So the trick is just, when they say find the difference between a negative and positive, I kind of just add it mentally. So 3 and 5 makes 8. So the difference was 8 degrees. That's it. 7. One Saturday afternoon, a total of 234,869 people attended 3 rugby matches. 80,978 people attended match 1, and the rest, and other set of people attended match 2. How many people attended match 3? Okay, so here, to work out match 3, we should add up these two numbers and again subtract it from the big number. So let's do it over here. Let's go 80,000, 80978 plus 72,319. So adding this up, so 8 plus 9 should give us 17. 7 carried a 1. 1 add 7 add 1 is 9. Next column should give us 12. And then 1 and 2 is 3. 8 and 7 is 15. So looks like we've got a mass number 153,000. Looks good. Now we're going to subtract this from 234,000. So let's put this over here. 2, 3, 4. So always take care when you write the numbers, yeah? 8, 6, 9. It's always good to double check. Let's see. 1, 5, 3, 2, 9, 7. So here we're going to subtract now. So let's see. So we've got 9 take away 7 is 2. 6 take away 9 can't do, so borrow from 8 becomes 7. That's 16 now. 16 take away 9 should give us 7. 7 take away 2 is 5. This is 1. 3 take away 5 you can't do, so borrow here. Becomes 13. So 13 take away 5 is 8. 1 take away 1 is nothing. So it should be 81,572. Wow. Whew. This one was definitely intense. So as you know, as always, guys, checking is very important, yeah. But let's move on. 8. So round the following number above the nearest 1,000, 100, and tens. So the nearest 1,000, we just look at the second digit, the hundreds, yeah. So because it's 5 or more, 7 goes up to 8, so it's 8,000. So round to nearest 100, we look at the digit after the hundred, so the tens. If it's less than 5, it rounds down. So 500 stays at the level, so it'll be 7,500. To the nearest 10, look at the unit. If it's 5 or more, which it is, then the tens go up, so 4 becomes 5. So it becomes 7,550. Nice. 2 marks for that. Next one, complete the calculation. Wow, so 1,000 times 416 is the same as 10 times something. Well, what we do is just literally cross out these 2 zeros and give them here. So it becomes 41600. So 41,600. Nice. Now 10. So Adam buys 4 pens and a ruler and pays £4.75 all together. Okay, so let's note this down. So you got 4 pens and a ruler, and it pays £4.75 altogether. Jack buys 2 pens and pays £1.98 altogether. So that's so much more easy to understand. How much does a ruler cost? Okay, so let's work this out. So to work this out, let's work out how much 1 pen costs, yeah? So we know 2 pens equals £1.98. So let's find 1 pen. So in other words, you go do the bus stop method. 2 into £1.98. If you could do it mentally, guys, that's great as well. But we're going to assume, like, that we're taking our time. So to do this, to do bus stop, so 2 into 1 you can't do because it's too small. So carry the 1 across and just cancel out. So 2 into 19 goes 9 times, remainder 1. And 2 into 18 goes 9 times as well. So then we know that 1 pen costs 99p. So 1 pen is 99p. So always write this down. So therefore, if you know 1 pen is 99p, let's work out how much 4 pence cost, yeah? So we can do 0.99. In fact, let's keep it in pennies, yeah? We've got 99p times 4. Let's work it out. So 4 times 9 is 36, so write 6, carry the 3. 4 times 9 again is 36. But then we're going to add 3 this time, so it'll be 39. So therefore, we can see that it must cost £3.96 for 4 pence. So now we're going to add a ruler to it and see how much is left to get to £4.75. So we can just subtract these two numbers to get the price of a ruler. So let's do it. So I'm going to use a blue pen. So we're going to now say, okay, we've got 4.75 minus £3.96. Okay, so let's calculate. 5 take away 6 you can't do, so you borrow from the 7, becomes a 6. 15 take away 6 is 9. You can't do 6 take away 9, so you borrow from the 4, becomes 3, and this becomes 16. 16 take away 9 is going to be 7, and 3 take away 3 is nothing. So that means, guys, a ruler costs 79p. Huh, okay, not bad. So we just write answer here. Nice. Now, Ali chooses a whole number. When she multiplies the number by 4, the answer is less than 100. But when she multiplies the number by 5, her answer is greater than 100. So what number could she have started with? So let's have a look. So something times 4 is less than 100, but something times 5 is greater than 100. So let's call this number n, yeah? And so when n times 4, so unknown number times 4, must give us an answer which is less than 100. But then that same number times 5 gives a number which is greater than 100. We could start guessing, to be honest. We could start guessing, but what a nice way to do is to just use inverse operations. So to work out the unknown number, we could, instead of times them by 4, we could divide by 4, divide 100 by 4. So that number must be 100 divided by 4, which is 25, by the way, yeah? So it's just a quarter of 100. Whereas for the second one, if you divide it by 5, then the number should be greater than 20. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So you've got to pick a number which is greater than 20 and less than 25. So that means it could either be 21, 22, 23, or 24. In fact, with this question, guys, you have multiple answers, so it could be any one of this. So let's just pick one. I'm going to pick 21. That's it. That's a nice, easy way we could do this. Now, let's go to 12. Okay, so, says it, William says the rule for this diagram, find the difference between the numbers in the circles. Double this to make the number in the square. Okay, so find the difference and then double it to get a number in the square. So what that means, you do 20 take away 5, which is 15, and you double it to get 30. Okay, cool, makes sense. Use the same rule to write the numbers, missing numbers below. So let's look at both of them. So you find the difference, 100 take away 32, 100 take away 30 is 70, take away 2 more gives you 68. Now you want to double it, so we just do 68 times 2, let's work it out. 8 times 2 is 16, carry the 1, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13, so it must be 136 up here. And for the second case, Looks like they want us to find the first number. So the trick is, let's start at the back. So let's go up. Let's go to 400. Let's half it to get the difference. So halving will give you a difference of 200. That means you need two numbers that give you a difference of 200. Well, the trick is just add 200 as numbers, so you should get 310. That's it. I think that's it for this question. Now 13. Write the missing fraction to make this addition correct. So 2/3 plus something gives us 5/6. Well, for all fractions, when you add a fraction, you need to have common denominators. So the trick is to firstly circle this fraction and ask yourself, how do we make this over 6? Well, we could double this, so we can times it by 2 up and down to get 4/6 plus something will give us 5/6. Well, we can just literally add 1 to 4 now to get 5, so it's going to be 1/6. And that's it. For 14, Jack hires a hall for a party. This formula is used to work out the total cost. So the total cost equals a £15 booking fee plus £12.50 per hour. Okay. What is the total cost of hiring the hall from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m.? Well, the first thing you want to do is work out how many hours this is. This is a total difference of 5 hours, yeah? So we know they're going to last for 5 hours. So that means the total cost would be £15 plus £12.50 times 5. Okay, so that's the equation. So we can say the total equals 15 plus 12.50 times 5. So let's work out this part first, 12.50 times 5. So we can do over here, so 12.50 times 5. So doing it, nothing times 5 is nothing. 5 times 5 is 25, so 5 carried 2. And then 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, carried a 1. And then 1 times 5 is 5, plus another 1 gives us 6. That's it. So we know the total. So we know that part is 62.50. Now let's add 15 to it. So 62.50 plus, and because 15 is a whole number, it has to go underneath 62.00. Adding this up, you should get 0.577. So the total cost is £77.50. Yeah. So Stefan stands in the center of this square. Okay, so he stands over here. So this looks like a compass. Huh? Stefan is facing towards F. That's that way. He turns anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means he's going this way. So he turns this way all the way to D. Okay? F to D. Looks like he's turning a right angle. So so we know right angle is this much. So it's going to be the same. This much would also be a right angle because they're all the same. What angle does Stefan turn through? Yep, it's 90 degrees. He turns a perfect right angle. Stefan is now facing towards D. So let's start looking at D. So D is going to be this length here. He turns 3 right angles clockwise. 3 right angles clockwise. Right the letter he faces after the turn. So 3 right angles. Okay, not 3 turns, 3 right angles. So this is one right angle. This is another right angle. And this is another right angle. So this means he must be landing on B. Cool. That's an interesting question. I actually like this one a lot. Quite unique. Now, 16. Part of this 10 by 10 grid is shaded. Okay? Take the fractions that represent the shaded part of the grid. Okay, so let's have a look. So if you think about it, let's just ignore everything. What I usually do, just look at the very first row, because everything's the same. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10 shaded. So this is basically all 4/10. Okay, so something equivalent to 4/10. Take the fractions represented by the shaded grid. Yep, 4/10 is one of them. Now let's have a look. 1/4, nope, that's not the same as 4/10. What we can do is simplify here. To simplify 4/10, just divide it by 2, so you got 2/5. And yep, so that's the 2 options. So 2/5 is another one. 6/10, nope. And 40 over 100, yes, because if you look at 4/10, if you just stick a 0 on both of them, you get an equivalent fraction. Nice. So there's actually 3 fractions involved here. Now 17. Kim makes a cuboid model using straws. Okay, so you got height, length, and width. Okay. She uses straws that are 7.5 centimeters long for the height, and or 11 centimeters long for the length and 8.5 for the width. Okay, great. What is the total length of all the straws in our model? Ooh, okay, let's try and see. So first we need to make sure we're counting everything right. So what we should do is just kind of put numbers on each one. That helps a lot. So for the height, we know the height is 7.5. For the length, it's 11. And for the width, is 8.5. So we just have to get the right set. So how many widths do we have here? Sticks that are covering the widths. You got, let's see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be this times 4. For the length, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Times it by 4. That's easy to do. And for the height, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So as expected, you times everything by 4. So, good trick what you can do, because you times everything by 4, to do it fast mentally, instead of times it by 4, add up all these three lengths and then times your answer by 4. That's a fast way to do it. So let's do it here. So we've got 8.5, 7.5, and let's put 11 at the top. And adding them up, well, you get 5 and 5 is 10, carry the 1. So I'm going to just add that 11 too. So we've got 12, 20, 27. So it's 27 centimeters. Nice whole number. And now we times that by 4. 27 times 4. So 7 times 4 is 28. So 8 carry the 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. Nice. So the answer is 108. Cool. We just put over here 108 centimeters. Nice. Now, question 18. So the full price of a t-shirt is £15. Cool. And we know that this t-shirt is reduced by 30%. The price is reduced by 30%. What is the reduced price? Okay, so to find the reduced price, you just got to calculate 30% and take it away from 15. So to find 30%, my advice is always find 10% first, yeah? So let's do 10%. So 10% of £15. All you do is just stick a decimal point between 1 and 5. So that means it's 1.5 or £1.50. 30% means you times it by 3. So times in £1.50 by 3, you should get £4.50. Now, to reduce it by 30%, you subtract it. So 15 take away £4.50. So I'm going to do it down here. So 15 minus 4.50. I'll just line up the decimal places. So you get 0 here. So you can't do 0 take away 5 for the next one. So you borrow from the 15. Becomes 14. That becomes a 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. And then 14 take away 4 is 10. So the answer is £10.50. Nice. That was a lot simpler than the one before. Let's move on to the next one now, number 19. So Jack says, when you square a prime number, the answer only has 2 factors. Explain why Jack is not correct. So let's think of some prime numbers here. It always helps to think of some. So what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers that only divide by itself and 1. So anything that's basically like 2, 3, 5, 7. You can see I missed 4 because 4 is the same. You can make 4 using 2 times 2. But all these numbers you can only make it using 2 times 1, 3 times 1, 5 times 1, and so on. So the next one will have to be 11, and so on. So it tells us when you square a prime number, the answer has only 2 factors. Let's test it out. So if we square 2, you get 4. Okay, so it's got 2 times 2 and 4 times 1. 1, 2, and 4. So the answer is false. Yep, explain why Jack is not correct. It has 3 factors. Okay, and what are the 3 factors? So you can say they are 1, the prime number itself, and the number you squared it with, which is like 4, and the square number. So it's good to be quite, when you explain as clearly as possible. That's it. That's fine. Okay, 20. So the table shows how many people finished the New York Marathon in each of the first 4 decades it was held. Okay. So on the first decade, only just over 24,000 finished it, and then by the 4th decade, you got 350,000. So a lot. It's like a massive increase. Okay, mean. What is the mean number of people who finished a marathon per decade? Round your answer to the nearest 100. Ooh, to the nearest 100. Okay, so let's do it. To find the mean, easy way to do is literally just add them all up and then divide it by how many numbers there are, which is 4. So what we can do, let's just add it from the bottom, yeah? So adding this column, we got 3 add 2 is 5, add 4 makes 9, and you got 6 add 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus another 2 is 13, so 3, and then carry the 1 at the top. So you got a big number. So I'm going to do 1 add 9 is 10, plus the a is 18, and then you got 22, plus another a is 30, so 0, carry the 3. So just make sure you're just careful when you line up. But it's probably safer to do it to write it on the right side, but I'm going to do it here anyway. So adding the rest, you got 3 plus 4 is 7, plus the 2 is 9, and then 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 8 is 17, plus 5 is 22. So put 2, carry the 2 on the last one, so it'll be the extra number. And then you got 2 plus 1 is 3, plus another 2 is 5, plus another 3 is 8. Okay, so that's it. So we got 800. Let me see one thing. So I'm going to put list the numbers on the right side, yes, from the biggest to the smallest. So we've got 350. So I'm going to list the numbers in the box below, just so because there's squares and it helps to line up properly. So starting the biggest number, I got 35824. The next one 282,420, and then 170,932, and then 24863. It helps to take your time because they give you plenty of time to do your working out. So let's do it here and then work the rest out. So you got, okay, I'll change the color pen as well because it helps. So 4 plus 2 plus 3, so that gives us 6, plus 3 is 9. Okay, next one, you got 2 plus 2, which is 4, plus 3. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 gives us 10, plus 3 is 13. 3 carry the 1. Always find the better root. So 1 and 9 makes 10, plus 8 is 18, plus another 8 is 26, plus 4 is 30. So it'd be 0, carry the 3. And then just keep checking out. So you got 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 4 is 9. And then, okay, that's good. And then 5 plus 8, must be fast away. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 7 is 17. And then add another 5 gives us 22. So 2, carry the 2. And the last one. So you got 2 and 3 is 5, 7, 8. Cool. So you got 829,039. That's good. So now what we're trying to find again? We're trying to find the mean. So now we want to divide all of this by 4. So that's going to be a massive bus-stop method. So put 829,039. Just change color pen again to purple. Okay, so how many 4 is going to 8? Well, 2. How many 4 is going to 2? Well, you can't do 0, so it becomes carry 2 across. How many 4 is going to 29? So how many 4 is going to 29? It goes 7 times, remainder 1. How many 4 is going to 10? It goes 2 times, remainder 2. How many 4 is going to 23? It goes 5 times, remainder 3. And how many 4 is going to 39? It goes up to 36, so that's 9 times, remainder 3. Okay, that's quite a lot, that's quite a massive number, isn't it? So just double checking it. So that means, what is the mean number of people who finish a marathon? Round your answer to the nearest 100. So if we round it to the nearest 100, we look at the 59 now, ignore the remainder. So look at the 5. Because 5 is bigger than, well, it's 5 or more, you just round the 2 here to the 3. So it becomes 207,300 people. Whoa. Okay. That was good. That was good. Let's move on. Okay, number 21. So these two rectangles are identical. Okay, so this means that this rectangle has the same dimensions as this one, So the length of this one is equal to this length up here, and this little length is equal to that little length. Cool. We know that the length of each rectangle is 3 times its width. Ooh. So whatever this one is, let's just call it, I don't know, just call it x. This would be 3 times bigger, so like 3x. Okay. Now, what are the coordinates of P? Ooh. Okay, so you want that coordinate there. Let's try and figure this one out, because this one looks like it will take a while to think. So let's have a look. So we know that this coordinate here is like -2 to the right. So what this means, if I draw a dotted line across here, this is -2. So it's a nice trick here. Always look at the y-axis. The y-axis starts at 0, right? So the difference of the width here must be 2. So we know that the width is 2. If the width is 2, I can label this width 2. Oops. Huh. If the width is 2, that means 3 times 2 is 6. If the width is 2, 3 times 2 is 6. Now it looks like we have our dimensions. So this means right now, so if the y coordinate is 8, and we're going 6 down, 8 take 6 means that this height must be at 2. The y coordinate here must be at 2. Whereas for this point up here, and if you look over here, this is 0, 1. So this has a difference. This has a height of 1. It seems to be going up 1 block. So this other block must be 3. And if you look at this 6 over here, you're going from 0 on the x-axis and you're adding 6 across. So this one here would also be 6. What is this telling us? That at P, you're traveling 6 across to the right and 3 up. So this must be 6, 3. That's it. Yeah, and then we just write our final answer down here, 6, 3. Cool. I really like this question as well. Tell me how you guys found number 21, because 21 is actually one of the trickiest that they've ever made. Let me know how you guys did it as well. If you need more help, let me know, and I'll try and make more versions. Okay, and that's it. That's the end of the test. Wow, 21 questions. Yeah, that's actually shorter than the other ones. Usually you have 25 or something. Huh. That's it. That's good. Well, guys, just want to say, if you guys kept up all the way to the end, firstly, give yourself a massive, massive pat on the back. You guys did amazing. And if you need any other help with any other questions, let me know, and I will help you. Other than that, guys, take care and have a lovely day, and see you guys next time.